not your typical arcade game of the era.
I don't.
Out in '82. Hi, Garby. What's up?
Oh, I don't think we can hear ourselves.
Oh. What?
Oh, I think I'm audible, but you aren't.
Oh no, that's weird. Why is that the case?
Huh. Oh, mate. Oh, mate. No, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, I'm here. Hi, everyone. Okay, let's go. Hi. I don't know how much you heard. Welcome to Super Locomotive. Do you know if they heard my introduction?
I may have made a mistake and watch based on what I heard.
I am very quiet. It's almost like I got no sleep last night. So the Super Locomotive is an obscure arcade game from 1982, made by Sega, and it is not quite like anything you'd expect from a 1982 arcade game. What else came out in 1982? Dig Dug, I think? Well, it's definitely got a lot more to it than Dig Dug. The music is definitely a lot more intense than Dig Dug. The first thing most people notice is the music, and how it is one of the best things in existence. So, between each level, we have a bonus round. Here, 31 attack planes. Let's get the bonus scene. It's kind of like Jaws. You'd think you'd be able to move, like, horizontally, but you can't. You just have to basically mash A rhythmically in order to hit these airplanes. Look at that. You are perfected. You, chat, you are perfected. If I were perfected, I'd have gotten more than a few hours of sleep last night. Anyway, so you'll notice pretty simply what Super Locomotive is. After all, it is an arcade game from 1982, so it doesn't exactly have like 15 billion features or anything. So it is a game where you hold right and you press A. I do it rhythmically, so you have two buttons other than like the movement. You have A, which if you hold it releases this puff, or just, you know, tapping it releases the puff like that. And then you have B, which is what I like to call Super Saiyan, because the idea of a train going Super Saiyan is funny to me. And then that's it. You just go to the right while avoiding the army of enemies. There's a lot of stuff going on. Honestly, I'm surprised I have not died yet. It is a very difficult video game, especially because there are two screens. Top screen does, you know, vertical top down, and then the bottom screen shows the horizontal. Where you can see, you know, exactly how high you need to release those puffs, but you also need to keep an eye on the top screen so that you... I should have gone down there. So that you can try not to run into any incoming trains. And it is a bit of a juggle, trying to get them both. Alright, you made it on. Time to go to bonus. So, Super Locomotive, like I said, it came out in 1982. However, you've probably never heard of it, and there is a very specific reason for that. Only 30 copies were ever made, which is one of my least favorite fun facts in the world, because I want to own a copy of this game. Now, despite only 30 copies of this game existing, I can find one online for £2,000. Which is probably less than it should cost, because no one really knows about this game. It has been lost to time, despite being extremely ahead of its time, despite being very, very good. It is just simply lost to time, which is a true tragedy. if ever I've seen one. So, what are we doing here, you might ask? Liz, why did you invade this speedrun marathon in order to play your silly train game? One, I find it humorous. Second, speedrunning and like score hunting are kind of intrinsically tied, I find. And I find both to be extremely fun. I do some score hunting on the side along with my speedrunning stuff. And I find it to be in the same wheelhouse where I try to submit it when I can. There's a lot to love about score grinding, and some games where you have score grinding in them are a lot. Like, for example, Hubert, where in order to get a run off the ground, it needs to be 18 hours. This is not that bad. It would be about 40 minutes to get world record in this game, which is doable. I have second place score, for the record. I am the second best person in the world at this game. The best person has my score by about double. I have around like 280,000, I think. 2,800,000. Let's do it. Hey, you are perfected. So I see people in chat saying, I'm pretty sure the reason that this game got such a small release and is unknown and never released again is because of the music, and that's a good guess. But this is actually licensed. It wasn't stolen. It wasn't bootleg. It wasn't, because that was a common thing back then, was game devs loving some music and just putting it in their game because it's their favorite album. No, that did not actually happen here. You would expect it to be what happened, but not quite. So this song is Yellow Magic Orchestra's Riding. A very good song, and it is, in fact, in my opinion, a really good rendition of it. Like, near perfect in terms of, let's convert this to this soundboard, which is the same soundboard used in the Master System, for the record. So I think it's a really good rendition, and most people focus solely on the music because it is so good. A lot of the time, if I'm going quiet, it's because I have to focus, because the game gets very hard. Oh, these bullet trains, by the way, something important to note about the bullet trains. You're not actually supposed to be able to hit them, but I do. I have found that the bullet trains, probably the way they worked, is that in order to create them, there's like a height toggle, we'll say, for each enemy when they made this game. And they're like, okay, we don't want the bullet train to be hit, so we'll make its height value 0. That way, nothing can hit it. It's always too low. But the thing is, this is math, and if you hit the button for as little as it can, you'll hit it for 0. So if you hit the button for exactly 1 frame, you're able to hit the bullet trains, which is a little bit difficult to do when you're in the middle of a video game and there's a lot of crap going on. Yeah, in my opinion, this is the most impressive arcade game ever made. For 1982, this is utterly fantastic. Everything about it is incredible. It is super impressive. It's also super fun. A lot of people find it to be a little much. It's hard to focus on both screens at once, and also it's a little hard to figure out exactly what you're doing. When I first played this game, I thought it was okay, but eventually I came to love it. In fact, let me tell my story about discovering this game. So, I do a thing on my stream where I just play a bunch of arcade games. I really like arcade games, and I like exploring the genre. So I oftentimes do a thing on stream where I just play arcade games, and if someone has an arcade game they'll suggest, they can let me know about it, and I would love to check it out. So one day, someone was like, "Hey, you should play Locomotive." I was like, "Okay." I knew what Locomotive was. I had never really played it before, but I knew what it was. So I looked it up. I accidentally downloaded this game instead. So this game was an entire accident to discover. I was like, oh, okay, this isn't what I meant to get, but I'll try it out. And it was okay. I was like, it's fine. Like, it's a little confusing exactly like what to do and how to do it. I couldn't quite figure out how to do the puffs correctly at the time. But it's like, that's okay. And then the next day, I played it for like 5 hours straight. I don't know why. It just captured me, and I've never looked back. It is my favorite arcade game. It bopped Tempest, which was my favorite arcade game. And for those who knew me at AGDQ 2019, there was a Tempest machine, and I legitimately played that like for 12 hours of that marathon. If I wasn't doing something, I was playing Tempest at AGDQ 2019. So yeah, that's basically all there is to the game. It's an arcade game. It's pretty simple. It's what you'd expect. But just trying to get a high score. And yeah, Garpy, if you have any announcements or donations, now would be a lovely time to send them, because I'm going to mostly just focus on this video game.
So I guess I'll just plug some upcoming incentives in Bid Wars. So for Cosmore Forever coming up, we have the option to choose the music for the King level, and currently Cherry Blossom Color Season is in the league with $4, and Everlasting Love Plus You has 30, and Gin and Tonic and Red Rose, the YMCK 8-bit mix, and Lonely Rolling No More, and Scorching Savannah all have 0. So if you wanna change what song, if you want to hear a different song other than Cherry Blossom Color Season, be sure to get your donations in. And also we have the Animal Surprise for symmetrically linked to the past combo randomizer, and we still have a lot to go on that. And there's also a Giraffe and Annika Raise the Rhythm difficulty incentive where we can play the boss fights on hard instead of easy, and that's at $25 out of 1,000. So definitely get your donations in for that if you want to see that. So,
thank you, Garvey.
Yeah.
So, how do you grind score in this game? Well, I find the best way is to just go right. I could turn around. You can absolutely go left. You slow down and then go left. You can't puff backwards while you're going left. That is not possible. So it is dangerous to do that. But there are reasons to do that. For example, if there's like a giant line of enemies, you get a score bonus if you go Super Saiyan on all of them. It adds up at the beginning, but by the end, it is a paltry sum of points for something that is slightly dangerous, so we do not do it.
So this question, chat, can you shoot backwards in this game?
If you're going to the left, you do shoot, like, forward. If you're going forward, you shoot back. So, yes.
Ah!
There isn't really a reason to do that, but it is possible. If you go too far back, you spawn the tank, who is an enemy basically to stop you from doing that. You can't fight him while Super Saiyan. You can kill him in every other way. He's actually very simple to kill. Just a simple puff of a simple puff will take him out, which I guess means it is a really terrible tank. Okay, you'll notice that there's a lot of stuff going. Oh, don't go down there. I almost went down. There's a lot of stuff going on. When you get to round 7 and beyond, things get really fast. Here, I'm going to show you exactly what I meant. There you go. 3,200 points. Isn't that a lot of points? Not really at this point, no. The thing is, the way this game works with the points is every time you kill something, you get like 50 times the amount of rounds points, which at the beginning is okay points, but by the end, you don't have to focus on doing anything else. Like, this is round, what, 7? I can't math on the fly. But 7 times 50, that's a good amount of points. Those blue cars give me 200. There's no point to do them. I would just blow up a missile. That's fine. I don't need to do anything dangerous. And as you get further and further into the rounds, it just adds up even more. Especially in the bonus rounds, where it just keeps multiplying, it just grows exponentially. So yeah, I see people in chat being like, this is Liz, so this is a bad game, right? This should be in Cuso Grande, this should... No, this is genuinely, like, other than Lizstar, like, the best game that I play a lot of. I know that I have a, we'll call it a reputation, but this is really good, and I do recommend it to everyone who wants to check it out. It has never been released in any other fashion, so... It's a shame. Sega, for the record, it does know this game exists. It isn't like they just, like, forgot about it, and, you know, it's just like a random thing that they made 30 of in the 80s and then forgot about. Very recently, actually next month, they're doing a, quiz for Sega Knowledge, and one of the questions they had in the, like, promo pictures for it was a question that brought up Super Locomotive, which made me both happy and kind of angry, because I'm like, come on, give me Super Locomotive. And also, here's a fun story. The Sega Genesis Mini, when they were making it, they were trying to come up with games to put in it. And the dev of it did a interview where he talked about their thought process behind what games to put in it. He said, we needed to come up with something that would rival Nintendo and, like, excite people like Star Fox 2 being on the SNES Mini excited people. So I was spitballing ideas. It's like, how about we have a prototype for a Genesis version of Super Locomotive that we never released, and we have it just sitting around. Why don't we use that? And then he went, you know what, never mind. Nobody cares about Super Locomotive. And that was the thing that hit me most in the gut. It's the idea that not only does a Sega... that game was made for me. No one else, just me. A Sega Genesis version of this game exists, and they don't think anyone wants it, so they're never going to release it. I am offended. That game was made for me. So... Hashtag release the ROM, Sega. That's all I gotta say. Hashtag release the ROM. I want that ROM. Go on to next round.
Do we have time for any donations?
Yeah, this would be a great time.
Okay, let me see. So we have an anonymous $15 donation that says Gobbo Pride, and a $40 donation from Arborelia, who says, I had to donate for the auspicious occasion of Liz playing a good game, and and a $5 donation from MV and Alice, who says, came out to my family and friends this year as a trans woman and will soon be starting HRT. I haven't been more proud of myself in my life, so of course I'm going to contribute what I can for the Trevor Project. Game on and stay amazing, everyone.
Congratulations. So I did lose a life. That was my first life I lost. They're probably going to start hemorrhaging now, because getting to this late in the game, if you get to 200,000, that's like second place. Like, you're good. My high score is like high 200,000, low 300,000. Oh, actually, it's literally right up there. You can see what it is. Oh, shoot. I'm not going to be getting to that today. I actually did reach that score live on a marathon, which I'm very proud of. I'm not getting there today because I am not awake. However, I'm kind of proud that I did this well.
This looks like a really good attempt, yeah.
At this point, something to note is not okay. We're good. Something to note is that the planes, if they're like kind of like too far down and you're too far up, they literally cannot reach you. They're going too fast. So trying to stay near like the edges is a good idea in the later stages. That is my main strategy. I don't get to the later stages enough to really be able to practice this strategy, but I will do my best. Yes, the trains have arms. That's like, I don't know why, but it is a very striking physical characteristic of the trains. I don't know what the lore is because it's an arcade game and arcade games don't have lore. That's another thing everyone asks. They're like, Liz, why does this army want this train dead? My community came up with a lore concept for this game that I like, which is that you are a secret agent who has snuck into your enemy's country and discovered that they have a super weapon that they are developing called the Super Locomotive. And wow, I should not have done that. I wanted to get that oil. I really didn't need to get that oil. That was greedy. You find the Super Locomotive that they have hidden away, and you steal it and are trying to bring it back to your home country. And they're sending the entire army after you because if they can't have it, nobody can. And that is my fan lore, because lore does not exist. Liz got lore. Oh my god, that was a lot of bombs. Hello, buddy. Okay. A lot of the time, I kind of just have to, like, guess where they're going to be. Okay. We might be able to make it to the end of this. If I'm lucky, if I work hard, I might be able to make it to the end of this. Okay. Oh no, come on. No, no, no! Oh my god, that was so close! Oh no, I ran out of energy! Oh, that's tragic. That was really close. That would have gotten me enough probably to get into third place.
Oh, that was a really good attempt.
Thank you. So that's Super Locomotive. Usually I have enough time to do 2 attempts. I gave a 40-minute estimate, didn't I?
I think 30.
Huh?
I think 30.
Oh, 30. What time? How long have I been going?
I think the timer started a little late, but I think about 22 minutes.
Okay, I can stop it here. We don't have enough time to do another round 10 run for sure. So that's Super Locomotive. I don't really have anything else to add to it. It's a very simple arcade game, and if you've never played it, I highly recommend it because it's a lot of fun. I know that this is a little unconventional for a speedrun marathon, but score running is actually a lot of fun. And if there's an arcade game that you like, look into the strats, look into the tactics, and give it a try yourself. Because if you like speedrun, you'll probably like it too. I don't have anything else to add. Shoutouts to shoutouts. Bye. Have a good one, friends. Please donate to the Trevor Project.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Liz. So coming up next,